I love the ocean but hate the inhabitants, and I know that might sound like whatever country your racist brain is thinking of right now, but I love all of humanity and think we should be unified against the common enemy. It may be a lot of fun to snorkel while you bag and tag Nemos, but there's always that blue void nearby with incomprehensible depth filled with sharks, giant squids, Davy Jones, and crabs that will pinch your toes. Getting to splash into the ocean from a safe space and headshot tiny fish at point blank range may not be the therapy I need, but it was only $20. In Dave the Diver, you're a big boy arriving at a big blue hole to help your mate run a sushi restaurant and also source every fucking bit of fish that gets served on a plate. It's a big ask, but we're big in size. You start the game by diving into the ocean, and for some reason that requires a loading screen. Once you're loaded into the ocean, it's time to kill everything you see. You're allocated a spear gun and sent on your merry way. Joe Rogan may have respect for the animals he hunts, I certainly do not. The ocean layout changes reminiscent of a roguelike, but has more story-driven elements which keep it somewhat consistent. Once you fill up your sack full of fish, it's time to bring your haul up to Bancho, the sushi master. The second significant portion of the gameplay loop takes place at Bancho Sushi, the restaurant you manage alongside Bancho. I personally love sushi because they look like little buttholes, which is my first favorite food. So having the opportunity to pour green tea, beer, and clean up all the plates, simping for Daddy Master Bancho filled me with great personal joy and a sense of purpose. At the start of each shift, you pick the menu based on whatever fish you caught, all of which have different money and arbitrary guest happiness values. You can also hire and manage staff to keep up with the ever-growing demand. Once the restaurant opens for the evening, you scramble around serving, cleaning, and grinding wasabi, during which guests arrive, eat sushi, and your dopamine receptors fire as you hear the dollar signs jingle. It's a pretty rewarding to end your shift to see how much money you made, which also makes you hungry to get back into the ocean and look for the even more valuable rare fish to kill. Unsurprisingly, you can upgrade your gear to kill bigger fish with all the money you earned at the restaurant. As you kill bigger fish and your restaurant gets more famous, you start to draw the attention from others looking to exploit the land just like you did. Dave is unable to say no, so you end up doing a lot of other tasks which are less fun than shooting fish, such as looking for things, taking pictures of shit, and cutting shit. As I mentioned before, there's a deeper story involved, and a lot of the reviews spoil a large chunk of this. I won't do that to you because I didn't finish the game. After 6 hours, I was at my limits, and apparently this goes on for another 10. There's a lot of charm to this game, but I would have preferred that they made it more of a roguelike on the ocean and restaurant side and refined that whole gameplay loop. The restaurant sim gets a lot easier once staff do everything for you, and the genocide of the sea gets a little repetitive as well. Instead of refining the core gameplay loop, they added a bunch of other bits, such as a million mini-games and fetch quests that got in the way of what I wanted to do the most: kill fish and serve food. The game feels as wide as the ocean, but only as deep as a puddle, so I'm off to eat real sushi. 3 stars.